Hello, fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Look alive, fringers.
It's 2099 and we are live and loud in the underground. From the streets to the scar. Keep your chip hidden, your gun loaded, and never trade your soul for souls.
Turn it up and let them know.
Big Brother is watching. Time to put on a show.
Last time on Neon Trails. The crew finished building Sam's new rover and headed to bed. The next morning, they had a breakfast meeting with Estrella and Mercury's hologram to make plans. Estrella summarized the situation in the wastes, explaining that while small gangs posed a minor threat to settlers and survivors, many were joined together under the leadership of three big players: Winston Steele, Kaiser Amidio, and Grave Fortis. Estrella and Mercury were working together to stabilize the wastes and want the crew to figure out how to best stop the developing threat. The crew decided to focus on determining how the three big players are collaborating. Digging through the available intel, they realized that all three's activity seemed to overlap in the Phoenix metroplex, so they decided to gear up and start investigating. During the planning session, Sam showed her new rove to Estrella, asking her to bless it and swearing to be the hand of destruction. She also asked Estrella to watch over Elijah in case she ever suffered an ill fate. After leaving DJ territory, the crew returned to Solace for a quick visit before heading to the Phoenixplex. They checked in with their parking spot neighbor Bill, then returned to their various homes for a relaxing night. Drall visited Paperboy, who had been gathering intel for the current job. They discussed their experiences in metroplexes during their youth. PB related some very odd memories, but couldn't recall specific details. Drall eventually convinced him to take the rest of the night off, and they headed into the nightlife of Solace. We are going to pick up the following morning. In fact, we are going to pick up several hours after the crew has started their journey. The Winnebago is speeding down the highway. It is late morning, and there is a tension in the Winnebago as you all have been kind of simultaneously making plans and discussing plans while also distracting yourself from the worry over what's about to happen. The job in front of you is very vague right now. Going to investigate three dangerous people inside a metroplex when all of you have decided to avoid metroplexes or never been in one. So there is a lot of stress, which is only intensified as looming on the horizon, the Phoenix metroplex begins to grow and grow and grow, eventually consuming your entire line of sight, horizon to horizon, as you get closer. Nestled into the valley, I will pause. I saw a hand. Yes, please.
You don't have to. I can do this later.
No. Your hand went up. I'm going to respect my player agency.
As we're driving and this tension is here, and for a while, all the sound we have is like the road noise. Mm-hmm. At one point, Mox is going to be drumming his fingers and then just pull up the music controls and is going to turn on Three Little Birds by Bob Marley, and is going to pull out a little package of herb specifically that he acquired before leaving, and is just going to start hand rolling himself a cigarette as the dulcet tones of Bob Marley wash over the windy bagel.
B sees this and goes, "Hey, what is that? Oregano?"
Better fucking not be. You know how many souls I pay for this? Fucking oregano. Actually, come to think of it, nowadays, oregano might be more rare than this. So, who knows? Win either way. But hopefully not. Lights it up. Nope, not oregano. And we'll start passing it around.
And as that is happening, you watch out of the windows, and ahead of you, nestled in the valley ahead, is a sprawling megacity with abundant life and manufacturing happening everywhere. It is a center for trade between American cities and those from Mexico just over the border of the city walls. Its year-round sun and moderate temperatures make it a prime hub for America's blossoming computer chip and hardware manufacturing ever since the tariffs of 2025 went into effect. There is a heavy Native American influence to the architecture, less as a way to preserve the beauty and importance of the art form, and more of a blatant cultural appropriation by the corps who thought it was good PR to honor these tribes. Some of the giant skyscrapers are built like Aztec pyramids from early human history. There is still an extensive Grand Canal running through the city, but like San Antonio of today, there are buildings, churches, and retail shops built all around it. The canal system has expanded even further to allow for travel among the city by canoe, gondola, and other small rickety boats. Beneath the surface is an extensive black market, buying and selling boosted hardware from manufacturers as well as information. Physical chips from around the world are auctioned like baseball cards for collection. Where do they come from? No one asks. But if you're looking for a new life or easy money by way of anything from gambling to extortion, you can probably find it in one of the pits beneath the canals. There's also a vibrant racing and drone fighting life in the metroplex, some legal, some illegal. The valley provides perfect conditions for street racing during the cooler nights. Those of you from Solace can almost feel at home with the way the city comes to life at night, with vast open markets and parties happening well into the morning, mainly because everyone works in swing shifts in the manufacturing plants, and there is only so much to do when you get off work at 1 or 2 a.m. every day. But it is late morning. The city is ahead of you. What is the plan? What are we doing?
Okay. When we get inside, we stay together as group, so no one gets pickpocket, okay?
That's the thing that happens?
Very much so.
Should we all wear like matching shirts or something so we don't get lost, or people can find us if we get lost?
Like a string?
I don't want to get the blue leash out, but I will if I have to. Most of you are adults, so I trust that you can follow directions. But
most of us.
Yeah, adults, yeah.
Easy. North, south, east, west. Sorry, that herb's hitting.
And Mox is the last one who, if we're getting out of the Windy Bagel, will be the last one who leaves and emerges here into the Plex.
Taking one
Just
last,
looks around.
One last pass.
Well, just looks around. Well, yes. But as he hops out, looks around. Ugh, disgusting.
So first things first, you are currently at the outer ridges of the fringe around the Metroplex. You can turn around and see the desert behind you, but really the city itself is absolutely overwhelming and overpowering. The towers and skyscrapers in front of you really just take over your entire field of vision. The ever-present advertising and media blitz of screens and holograms projected into the sky is just, even at this time of morning, just way too bright very blinding, very upsetting and disturbing. B, literally the first time you have ever seen or experienced anything like this. How are you feeling? How are you handling this?
Well, I don't think I've ever considered the fact that I might be an anxious person, but this is a lot. There's so many lights. You guys see all the pretty lights? And there's so many noises and people. Do these people live together in like houses connected to each other? And when do the commercials go off? I want to see something that looks cool.
It's pretty much like this 24/7.
This is a nightmare. I always thought plexes would be cool, but this is it's like if you threw 5 3-year-old toddlers into a blender and then added extra screaming.
Plexes could be amazing. Incredible, even. But
for who?
For all of us, if...
But... And he just gestures like up towards the tall skyscrapers.
But there's always the 1%. And then there's every fucking one else.
And as Mox is gesturing up, a lot of what he is gesturing at are corporate logos. Benevolent being highly prevalent among all of them. But you see representation of almost everything. Urban warfare, 3V property and communication, community, even the IDENTECO brand. It is just plastered everywhere you are looking. Everything is branded. Everything is owned. Everything is brought to you by, subsidized by, owned by. B, this is just like really overwhelming the longer you look at it. Like, I think there's a moment where you're really just comprehending how kind of small you are compared to the size of what you are seeing.
Absolutely.
It's tough. It's really tough. But you've got a good support structure. You've got your family with you, but this is hard. This is very hard to handle. You are currently all on the farthest outskirts of the fringe. It's kind of hard to appreciate the scale of what you're looking at, because even though you are still a ways out from the heart of the city itself, everything is still so big and oversized and dominating, really shifting your perspective and skewing your perspective. It feels like you are already being, dwarfed and overrun by the pressure of the city, even though you are barely in its border. What is around you right now is very much a ramshackle tent city kind of town. It is not necessarily thriving with life, but there is absolutely the evidence of a transient population, people that move constantly to find new work, travel to and from work, escape those who are trying to oust them from where they are currently staying. So you see a lot of remnants and evidence of people who were there and are hoping to come back, or maybe already planning to move on. You see a couple little kind of slapped together merchant stands here and there. You see a couple little maybe animal pens of people herding some goats or sheep that are very sickly and scraggly looking. You see a few people who are clearly looking around for someone to bully or roughhouse with or try to make some money from. Like, your danger sense is just flaring constantly here. There's a lot of vehicles kind of parked out here. There's a lot of hand carts, small mopeds, bicycles, drones are buzzing about, sparking and sputtering out here on the fringes of society. So yeah, it's not the best, most friendly place. Where are you gonna leave the Winnebago? Are you gonna try to drive into the city a little bit closer? What is our first plan here?
There's not much you can drive the Winnebago through the city.
Yeah, I was wondering if we'd have to stay and kind of truck in.
Is there like a safe place to park the Winnebago without it ending up on blocks?
I think you might have to ask around.
Yeah, as somebody who used to live in a metroplex, this beautiful machine, and it is a beautiful machine, is probably only going to not stand out where all the transient folk are. And guess what? It probably be on blocks soon if we do that. I'm just saying.
See, I told you we should have put it on blocks to begin with, then we wouldn't have had to worry about it.
They roll good. I mean, shit.
There is an 8.5-foot ROV in the back that has explosives and a scythe on the back of it. I don't think anybody's going to fuck with it. Unless they want to die.
Fair point.
Yeah.
It's also got machine guns mounted on the top of it, doesn't it? Or did we hide those at least?
I think we did.
Okay. Because rolling down the street, rolling down Rodeo.
With a turret.
Yeah, with a turret on the ceiling.
Put a shroud around them. Made them look like suitcases.
Okay.
That's our emotional support turret.
It's a confetti cannon.
Peaceful Molotov support. There's all support turrets.
It's actually a killer bubble machine.
All right, so are we gonna find what is hopefully a good parking spot and then make our way deeper into the city?
Sounds like a plan.
Parking ain't too expensive.
Yeah, are we
What time
talking
of
like...
day is it? What time of day did you say it was when we got here?
Mid-morning.
Morning, afternoon? Okay.
Yeah, mid-morning, before lunch.
We'll put the sensor package on. And if anybody comes close to it, we'll know. And we can try for countermeasures. What those countermeasures are, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We'll do it in post.
So you
That's the thing they say, right?
You definitely see little collections, conglomerations of vehicles here and there. Some of them people are living out of, or they've attached a tent to, or living next to. Some of them are broken down and someone's working on them. You see a couple people like hanging out of the engine well or rolling underneath it on platforms. You can definitely find a spot that seems okay. The Winnebago has been through a lot, but is definitely in much better condition than a lot of the other vehicles around here. So I think as you find a parking spot and get out and look around, there's definitely a handful of like street urchin kids who run up and they're looking at it and checking it out, eyes all big and wide, and they're kind of chit-chatting among themselves. And
you know what? Sam's going to pull one off to the side as it kind of goes in. Yeah.
Okay. I would love a charisma check as Sam approaches one of these kids.
I like this starts the night. That would be a nat 20.
Nice.
Thank God, because I don't have anything in charisma.
And thank God, because then when I was about to say probably won't fuck you over. As Sam is pulling this one child to aside, Mox just like seeing these kids gather around, just be like,
See that gun? Rip any single one of you in half.
So there's like 5 or 6 little kids, and Sam, how do you approach this kid? Like how does that conversation start?
Very motherly, like slightly stern, but also like, hey, do you want to make a couple of extra souls today?
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Wait, what? Wait, what did he say? I don't want to get ripped in half. Is that how I make the
Right.
souls? No, I don't like that.
No.
Fucking detonated.
No.
How would I spend the souls if I ripped it in half? I don't think that's enough souls for me to buy new legs.
Actually, we another question for another time. Make sure nobody messes. You and your friends here, make sure nobody messes with my friend's vehicle here. And there'll be some souls in it for you all. No questions asked. Just to make sure nobody touches it. Because those things on top do come alive.
Can we touch it?
You can put one hand on it.
We can each put one hand on it?
Sure.
At the same time?
Yes, but if anything is missing when I come back, rip in half.
How many souls?
5,000.
Each?
No. Split amongst you.
And a tiny drone.
6.
Take the deal. He didn't say 1,000.
It's fair.
Damn, this is kids in the plex?
And the kid scampers away, and all the kids like do a little kid huddle. Like they'll get together and they all throw their hands over each other's shoulders, and they're all, should we do it? Should we do it? I don't. They said I could touch it. I don't know what's going on. And they're all like stage whispering, but very badly. That's a lot of money. We could definitely pay off some of Sammy's debt. We could probably get some of the meds for Katie. Okay, yeah, let's do it. All right, go. All right, and the little kid runs back. Okay, but no more than 2 days, or else I can't promise nothing.
Fair enough.
Spits on their hand, hands it out to you. It's a deal.
Grabs the hand, brings out the hand sanitizer at the same time. Shakes on it.
Okay, fine. All right. And the kid you've been talking to kind of marshals everyone else. All right, you over there, you over there, you over there. Keep Johnson away. Johnson can't come over here. He stinks. He's gonna stink up the place.
We've officially hired the Sandlot, y'all.
And you now have your vehicle protected by 6 little dusty street urchins out in the fringe urchins, and the city is in front of you. Where do you want to go?
As Mox walks away from the kids, he just turns around, walks backwards for a second, points up at the machine gun, and just makes an exploding gesture with his hands.
And
That's all.
one of the little kids like pretends to do the explosion going backwards and ends with just double middle
Oh,
finger.
I fucking love these kids.
Yeah.
Oh, Mox loves that kid. All right, and just turns back to the group.
That kid gets souls no matter what. That kid is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I'd
Is
like
it
to
standard?
invest in the future.
Is this standard for plex kids? Like that's pretty cutthroat.
You should see Elijah when he needs to make, like, when he wants something for cleaning up his room. He's pretty cutthroat for these kinds of things. I like that about him. He won't get pushed around.
That's true. That is true.
You ever been in a plex before, Drall?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
You ever been in a plex before?
Yeah, I've been told that I've been in a plex. I was really little. I don't really know, like, I was like that little. So I don't really remember anything, but I just know that they were scared for me to grow up there. And that they needed to get me out. And they did. And that's great.
Well, don't let all the bright lights and shiny metal fool you. It's all a veneer, and it's all for the ones who control the place to make themselves feel better. And make everyone else forget how terrible they have it compared to them. So yeah, growing up here, a lot of kids end up like that.
I can see why. Yeah, they're just adapting to survive, you know? I've heard horror stories. I've seen images and videos of things that I never thought would be something commonplace. it's a fascinating place to live. Truly dangerous.
One thing I will give it, though. The food is a fuck ton better than out on the fringes.
I have definitely
Anyone
heard
want
that.
some lunch?
Yes. Could we?
Don't look so offended, B.
So actually, as you are walking, remember, you are still out in the French. You are still in the edge of the city, right? The discarded remains of corporate structure that people have reclaimed and built a life in. As you walk through from where you parked a little bit closer, it's almost like you're going through kind of layers of progression. Like even after walking just 5, 10, 15 minutes, you've got slightly better structures, more permanent houses that have been built out of discarded shipping containers, or a semi-truck that has been buried up to the wheel wells and someone built a shop in. A discarded helicopter chassis that's been put up on its end and someone set up a house or a shop in, things like that. Interestingly, as you are walking at Mox, as you say that about eating, you notice that even amidst the type of society, the fringes of society that we're in, there are still like really well-maintained, bright neon vending machines, all of which have the benevolent logo proudly emblazoned, flashing neon, video screens displaying the latest flavor craze, the newest trend, blackberry sage refresher mix, nacho hot dog sausage bun, just crazy concoctions. And some people are buying from them, some people are staying away from them, but it's these weird little pockets of like normal plex life out here in the middle of nowhere, kind of really reminding you that, the corps are still out here, even if they're not. But you equally see like, oh, here's a little greasy spoon with 3 stools out front and someone making soup. That kind of stuff exists here too.
Well, maybe once we get a little further in, where they have refrigeration.
Well, yes, but I would love something with a tortilla.
Oh! Do they have good tortillas?
From what I've heard, maybe.
One's a saucer.
You think the kids would know?
Turn around and the Rav is gone.
Walk all the way
Just some
back.
rims from a car just rolling there.
They all have one hand on it because you were allowed to. If you want to make a perception check to see what's out and about, if you want to find something,
Let's see what we can get. Perception.
Is there a culinary skill here that we can check?
I feel like I've lobbied for that over the years. Something near and dear to my heart. My biggest impact on the gaming genre.
Sam is not rolling high on that one, so
I'm curious though. What was it?
It was an 8.
It was an 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, you see like, one of those kind of cartoony street signs where it's like a single post with a bunch of street signs that are all pointing like weird directions. Like you find one of those and it's all nonsense. Like it's all fringe slang that you don't recognize. It's like saying, such and such this way, such and such that way. And there's just like a dozen different pieces of wood or metal that have been engraved with some sort of message tacked onto this thing. So the residents definitely know where stuff is, but you're not sure. This is all very foreign to you. You can keep walking though. Keep wandering around if you want. The society around you is very much sticking to their own circles, their own routines. They're very wary of new faces. So no one's stopping you from entering or moving around because the fringes are, like I said, very transient in nature, but no one is rolling out a welcome wagon to say, hello, how are you? I'm so-and-so. And B, that's another thing that jumps out at you. Like in Solace, everyone knows each other to an extent. It's a big city. It's not like, small Western town, but you're familiar with a lot of people. And there's a general level of friendliness and social interaction.
I'm sure I was just thinking about how B is probably like struggling not to like wave. At the beginning, B was like smiling and waving at, random passersby.
Definitely got some very dirty looks. You definitely had you waved at someone and then some big person like stood up, thought you were threatening them and like followed you for a dozen paces, trying to like kind of chase you away from their territory kind of thing.
That tracks.
All right.
Yeah.
How similar does this metroplex look to Angel City?
So Angel
you're
not in the plex yet. You're still outside the walls, right? Dog, though, is very familiar with, I think, both the plex and the fringe from Angel City. Yeah. The fringe in Angel City is much less, I should say, like rough and tumble, Wild West kind of fringe. The fringe in Angel City is a lot more like the remnants of high culture and society. A lot of the fringe of Angel City is still pretty posh and fancy, from the leftover cars and stuff that fell off trucks and that things have been rebuilt. Angel City is much more that high life, even out in the fringes. The fringe here in Phoenix is almost like a more of an abrupt line between corporate life and the Wild West vibe. That being said, I think Dog is not uncomfortable in this situation. I think he's got enough of that street smarts to be like, okay, I can feel the vibe, I can feel my way around kind of thing. At least convince himself that he can, whether or not it is accurate.
There you go. There you go. He is convinced that he is. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess at that point, Dog will, after the fifth person B waves at and they give a be like, all right, follow me. And I'll use sort of my fringes metroplex sense to be like, there's usually food and drink.
All right.
In these areas.
You want to give me an underworld check?
Yeah. What I got here? Ooh. And my charisma is so bad that's a 0 total mod. So 15.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay. I thought you rolled a 0. I was about to be like, what?
-1.
All right. So Dog feels like he's getting his bearings. You're able to kind of find a place where almost like an intersection of streets and walking paths. You start to see a few more of these put together shops and buildings, and you figure out that you're kind of walking towards almost more of like a crossroads, more like the downtown part of the fringe. You see a couple different people carrying backpacks and hand carts of what feels very obvious to you as goods for sale. Follow them a little bit, see what's ahead down the road, bring the group that way, and you are seeing kind of like a little, like the main shopping drag almost out here in the fringe, at least this part of the fringe that you're in. So there's a few more of these put together little shops, a few more little stands. Think very kind of farmer's market, slapped together tables under an awning, some food vendors, some entertainment, someone playing music. We are closer to the walls of the Plex, but we are still pretty deep within the fringe itself. The city is looming even larger above you, really dominating the skyline. You can't see the sky. You can't see the sun. You're all kind of in the shadow of the Plex. You're still pretty far away from it, but it's really taken over. But yeah, this is what you found. There's 20, 30, 50 people milling around, doing stuff, doing some shopping, hanging out at a little table, sitting on the ground. Little pocket out here in the fringe you found yourself in.
Nice. So all kind of, oh man, Dog probably doesn't want to make it obvious. Well, let's see. There's dueling. Dog wants to show them around and not be obvious, but also Dog, in his doggedness, wants to be like, well, follow me, the expert. So he'll be walking around like, okay, now, and point at B. You know how in Solos we got that city, the place, the market where you can just buy stuff, talk to people, booze and everything. They're like, oh, hey, how's it going? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that, but they don't want to talk to you. They just want your money.
Why?
They don't. They just want your money. See that guy playing that guitar over there? Seems cool. He's laughing at it. Just wants your money. You ain't got to talk to him. You start talking to him.
But what if you say something to him and don't give him money? Does he follow you for it?
Oh shit.
I don't know. And Drall is just like dialed in. She is right there next to you, as if she is the most delighted tourist you've ever seen.
Yeah. Just don't talk to folks.
Can I look at him?
You can look at them.
Okay.
Can I talk to you?
Do I have to pay you?
Sometimes.
I don't want to do that.
I mean, do you think this service is free? I'd be disappointed.
It could be.
Okay, enough about me. Listen, this place runs on money. You think these people want to be out here, or you think they want to be in there? What do you think gets them in there?
Money.
There we go.
And a good demeanor?
A candy.
Oh, just money. Too. Okay, cool. Got it.
And a knife to stab people in the back.
Oh.
Just mind your P's and Q's. Everybody's not as nice as they are back home.
Is it true that they arrest you for like anything, or detain you, or they'll harass you and stuff if you do something that is out of the normal? Like, is that a thing?
Dog's gonna think for a second. Yep, that's exactly how it works.
That seemed too easy. Okay, I'll be I will keep everything close to my chest. Cool.
Now let's get some food.
Mox is going to try to go on a bit of a bartering and trading spree. We're trying to take some of the herb that he has to trade that for some cigarettes, and trade some of those cigarettes for some food, so that no souls ever exchange hands, so that he's not giving any additional money to the Plex. That's his goal, at least. They might say, fuck off, give us cash.
Can you give me let's go with Underworld again.
13.
Okay. So the first person you approach to try this with absolutely gives you the cold shoulder.
It's not oregano.
Tells you to fuck right off. They pull out a little very expensive LEDs flashing along it with corporate logos kind of box, flip it open. It's just like vial, bag. Man, this is straight off the truck of all the best corporate shit. I don't need that wasteland ragweed. Get stepping.
Well, you've got a shitty hybrid.
The next person you talk to is suspicious, but is willing to discuss with you. And I think after a little bit of negotiation and back and forth, you are able to make the deal you're looking for. You're not sure it's the best possible deal and outcome from a negotiation standpoint, but you didn't spend any souls, so maybe you feel okay with that.
Yep, 100%.
So right now you are just kind of standing around, looking at what's happening, looking at what's going on. It is getting busier. More people are kind of just popping out of wherever they came from and doing their business. Again, very different from Solace. There's no chit chat. I mean, you hear people talking, you hear people making exchanges and conversation, but it's not social. Someone walks up to a stand, says, I need this. They make an exchange, they move on. Someone's talking about going to work. Someone's passing on a message of danger because such and such a gang was making some inroads and asking for protection payoff. Someone else is talking about a corporate sweep of such and such a sector or area and warning people to move out and take their stuff with them. And there still is that corporate influence. There are still, stacks of monitors and TVs blaring corporate advertisement, but it's a little bit more in the background kind of thing. You do see a couple little restaurants and food stands, a couple of noodle carts, a couple little stands built in the back of a pickup truck with sandwiches or soup, little drink stand, someone like wheeling a cart around selling drinks, people playing music, people just doing all kinds of little stuff. So stuff like that is going on, and you're kind of just in the middle of it. People are just moving around you, giving you the side eye, but not like interfering with you, not wanting to interact with you yet.
We're going to
Mox is going to come back with some noodles.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's going to keep looking for something, tortillas, tamales, anything she can find. She's hungry.
Eventually you can find some stuff. Like, you smell some stuff cooking. You figure out some shops. You can get some stuff going. But yeah, you've been standing around for a little bit, observing this little speck of life out here in the fringe. What do you want to do next? Do you want to stay out here and look around? You want to try to go into the city itself? Do you want to find someone to talk to? Like what's the plan?
We need to get the underground. There's nothing so everything that happens above ground, and Mox, Dog, back me up on this. Nothing important happens out in the light. Everything happens in the back alleys. Everything happens in the second city, where the rest of us go and live. We got to find wherever that is in this city.
So they have like caves here?
This is like the courtyard, or
as opposed to the Residence Inn by Hilton. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know what that is.
I understand what you're saying. It's true. We do need to get to the black market scene and get underground, but a lot of the people don't. There aren't a lot of eyes out here on the fringes, so it's possible that maybe Steele or Kaiser or Grave Mortis have some contacts out here amongst the have-nots.
From what I understand, most of everything is done down below. There's still
Fair enough.
There's still enough cameras and things like that above here, even in the fringe, where they're like, I mean, you could do your basic drug deal and things like that, but I don't know how well you'd be able to, move chips and things like that, at least. At least if we want information. And that's what I thought we were here for. We want information on these guys, right?
That's definitely what we want.
Fair enough.
I mean, and the noodles.
Oh, these
are they good?
They're not bad. Not great, but sorry, no offense. Not great.
I'm saying,
but
if it comes from a cart, that's what you want.
This food all tastes like chemicals.
She hands you a tamale.
It's called salt.
MSG, greatest thing ever created.
They have that here. Pretty amazing.
Smells good.
Are you insinuating that we've been eating food without salt?
Unsalted food.
Yeah, where
Are you all wasting your souls importing salt?
Yeah, where are you getting salt
calling
from
us
out there?
Unseasoned over here.
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. If it's canon or not, it's not my decision.
Any meat is just goes bad so fast because there's just no salt.
Why do you think we're all so
Just roll
skinny
it in
out here? No one
sand.
wants to eat. It's all unsalted. Hey there, Fringers. Ethan, aka Mox here. Are you in need of another actual play to occupy your time? Need something else to listen to while you're doing laundry or dishes? Then come on over to Go Buff Yourself, home of the City of the Crimson Tower and the Wild Beyond, 2 ongoing and very different campaigns. We've also got Mothership and a bunch of other one-shots there just waiting for you. And if you need additional incentive, Lauren plays a stoner turtle in the Wild Beyond. You can find Go Buff Yourself anywhere you get your podcasts. All right, enough from me. Back to the show.
So, we're going farther in, huh?
We probably should go with Father in, yes.
Okay, I guess we need to find some stairs if we're going downstairs.
It doesn't quite work like that. Yeah, but yes, we will find some stairs, yes.
Well, then how do you
Just
get...
keep your eyes open.
Is it not like an elevator, or...
What are we looking for? Do they do like secret handshakes? How do we know to do the secret handshakes? They're training for the secret handshakes.
I mean, if we knew the answer, that it wouldn't really be a secret handshake, would it?
Do they wear like certain jackets or look a certain way? Do we like flip them off and wave at them instead?
I mean, I
That
know
would
some...
make you blend in more.
I would kind of maybe know somebody further into the city we might be able to ask at least. Question
If we're heading to the middle anyway, you might as well see. And I'll also, and as she's talking to you, she just slowly pulls up her glow. And I'll also see if we have any other contacts in the center. And she's just gonna send a quick message on her glow to PB asking if there's any inner city Phoenix friends we can hook up with. Not for sex.
So
Let's not rule it out.
Well, yeah, it's a
Okay,
bit
all
of a
right.
moment
If
for
she sends
Sam,
another-
let's be
We
honest.
haven't even asked yet.
Mox
It's a
wants to
flex,
know
I'm just saying.
if they're down. Okay.
Down to fringe.
Lots of pineapple emojis.
She just sent a swing back. Hilarious. Okay, sorry.
So PB sends you a couple names that you can ask around for. He sends you kind of like a map of where you are, like, you know, you are here in the fringe kind of thing. And he is pointing you towards something a little bit off towards the east and a little bit north from what he's labeled on the map. Again, kind of another step up in society and culture. The pictures it shows on the map image he sent you seems much more like an outdoor shopping mall kind of thing. And there's a couple stores he's identified where there's some people that he's had business with before, or he considers them safe to work with. And so that's, you know, 5-10 minutes walk away if you want to go that way. You also have the option of just kind of heading more towards the city itself and seeing what's around, looking for some different stores that might interest you, looking for different setups that might pique your interest. If we want to look for something that is indicative of the underground, of the black market, that's going to be talking to people trying to negotiate your way in, finding someone who might be willing to make a deal.
Got it. Okay, well, my beautiful, wonderful boyfriend, give me this, and she just shows the map, and I don't know what the fuck this. And she pulls the glow down. Excuse me, Mox.
Huh?
You have something to say? You got something to say? Do you have something to say?
We are all waiting with bated breath to know what your boyfriend told you.
She slowly puts the glow back up. Anyway, so the map here, which was very helpful, Mox, says that there are some people here and some people here. He mostly says we're going to have to grab ass. So who do you know? Looks at you, Sam.
There's a place here that sells things of my persuasion that might be worth looking into.
Oh,
Are we all going to need like chips to get into those places?
Well, I don't know about any of the ones that Drall did, but
mostly they're open stores. It looked like. Yeah.
The place I'm thinking of is a little more freeform than caring to see, you know?
Like a strip club?
No.
Or a fight club.
Well, it could lead to Fight Club, but we don't talk about that.
Oh.
Is it a Denny's lot?
Oh, what about a Denny's? I like Denny's. It's pretty good. You get the Grand Slam. It's delicious.
Still going strong, $20.99.
Beat out Waffle House finally.
Finally, yes.
There was actually a really brutal fight between the two franchises.
Yep.
It was deadly.
Their staff was on video actually going in and fighting each other.
Fully armored.
You know, yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. They built like an arena. It was a thing.
Yeah. IHOP was just sitting on the sidelines watching, waiting to see who won, and ended up getting eclipsed by all of them.
Denny's just chilling.
Yep.
I'm just saying, if Waffle House lost, there must have been some foul play.
Waffle House and Taco Bell. That's all we got left now. Or Denny's and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But it's just the pills. It's just the Taco Bell. It's just pills.
Yeah.
No,
roll up for $10 now.
Here's your Crunchwrap Supreme.
Pills.
I like a Nachos Bel Grande. Here you go.
It's just a dispenser. It's like the old timey like change dispensers on your belt that the ice cream guys would have.
They come by on neon rollerblades too.
Yeah, it's like there's like beef, chicken, cheese, tortillas. There's just different combinations of the pills that they pop out. It's your order.
The condiments a sprinkle.
What a terrible way to live.
No, fire sauce is still fire sauce. You still
is it?
That's still but they only give you one.
You just rubbed on that shit though.
No matter how many
I'll
you
pay
ask
extra
for.
for more. I'll pay extra.
Nope.
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
Cinema, baby. That's what's happening.
What is happening?
I just saying, and she holds up her glow, and she goes, I know roughly in this area is where we could possibly find. That's it. That's all Katassi could tell me.
So you look at these maps that you have. They are in the same general area. It's not the same locations, though. So Katassi has given Sam a specific spot to go to, saying that this is a place a friend of hers operates, kind of tangentially. And like I said, the area, there's a little bit of an overlap between the two. So think very like outdoor shopping mall, strip mall kind of place. So built up here in the fringes, as you're getting closer to the Plex, you've got this little pocket of a bunch of shops that have all been built up. And there's a little bit of nicer landscaping and architecture around it. It's not the corporate life, but it is getting closer to the city itself. So things are a little bit nicer. Drall, what Paperboy showed you, there's a restaurant over there that he indicated would be a good source for intel. There's a bar, and there's like a clothing shop kind of thing. And he said all of those might be some good spots to see what people are doing, what people are buying, talking people up, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Which one do we want to try first?
Well, I'll be honest. And she puts her glow to her chest. I'm not really used to this environment. And as good as I am at pulling information out of people, I'm kind of more going to lean to you on this rather than Paperboy. Just because, not that I don't trust him, but you've got the experience.
Mox, you want to buy some guns?
Holy shit.
I mean, I won't say no if the opportunity there. Yeah, let's go see.
She-Hulk looks up at the glow and is like, that way. Yes, yep, that way. We're going that way.
All right, so you head off, and you are making your way through the fringe. Again, getting closer and closer to the city. It's kind of an optical illusion almost. The city is so big, even though you're walking closer to it, it doesn't seem to get bigger because it is just so damn big. But you know you're moving closer to it. So it's this very weird kind of visual dissonance. The area you enter is nicer. Like I said, nicer as you get closer to the city. We've got kind of some little benches you could sit on, some outside tables. There's some outside landscaping, a little water feature here and there. You've got a handful of like freestanding shops that have been built and are well maintained. Sam, this is very reminiscent of where the coffee shop was. It's not the best place, but it's not a shack in the desert, right? It is still the city. It's just the rundown city. It's just the abandoned by the plex and the corpse kind of city. So you head towards the location on your map, and you see that there is a shop ahead of you. Seems to be on the smaller side. There is a single display window kind of showing a case with a video screen of a few different handguns, some body armor. Even that is behind. Even that though is like behind bars. The display case itself is very heavy glass, and there's bars across it, and inside is just this display screen displayed up there. The door itself has a big neon, very stylized in kind of cursive italics, red neon, a letter H. And there is a little video screen instead of a door handle.
Sam will like lean down and like look into the video screen and go, hello, hello, hello.
The screen clicks on and you hear a voice coming through a speaker. Yeah, what do you want?
Is Hades here?
Who?
You're a boss.
I don't know no boss.
Liar. Don't make me have to call Katessi. And she like leans in even further, like Edna Mole from The Incredibles. Just like you just see like two eyes. Just.
There's a pause and then a sigh, and you hear a click, and the screen turns off, and the door unlocks.
Sam will just kind of like cautiously like push it open and like walk in.
You see that you're in kind of like. You're in that little small hallway between two doors, kind of like that airlock setup almost. There's enough room for all of you to walk into this small little anteroom, and the door closes behind you, clicks. You hear like a maglock engage. You see a couple physical deadbolts shunk, shunk, shunk across the door that you just walked through in opposite directions. A couple lights illuminate a very short walkway ahead of you to another door, which, as you approach, again, you hear a couple clicks and chunks, and it unlocks, and you can push it open.
There's really upgraded security in this place. Phoenix must be terrible.
I thought this was normal.
Well, it's not like this in Angel City. No. There's a little bit more casual.
Excessive.
Right. Yeah.
The room you walk into is well lit. The floor is black and white tile, very clean, very bright, highly reflective, echoing the red neon and chrome accents that run around the ceiling at the corners. Unlike Solace, everything here is artistic and manufactured instead of lived in and warm. This is a show. This is a presentation. Around the edges of the room that you're in, there are dozens of Clearplex cases, all displaying small arms, large arms, knives, weapons of all sorts, armor, cyber gear. There is a large screen on the wall to your left displaying almost like a menu of cyber upgrades and replacement parts. Some of them have, all of them have prices next to them. Some of those prices are fluctuating even as you look at it, taking it in, raising in price, lowering in price. The back wall, or the wall in front of you, is covered in several screens displaying news feeds, entertainment, various bits of media content from around the city.
Commercials.
Yes, lots of commercials.
Drall is enamored. She's never seen anything like this in her life. She is obsessed with TV. Doesn't get a lot of action regarding TV, so just eyes as big as dinner plates.
And sitting behind the counter, feet kicked up on top of it, wearing clothing that looks like it has been worn and used, but is also simultaneously like very clean and crisp and stylish, is an individual. They kick their feet off the counter, lean forward. All right, well, you're throwing some big names around. I'll let you in, but what do you want?
I want to look around. I want some information, the kinds of things that you do here. Or at least that your boss did.
I mean, he set up the franchise, but I still run it the way I want. I'm not giving away shit for free.
What are we talking then?
Depends on what you're asking for.
There is a hefty bit of people in this city that we are trying to find. Mox, who were they again? Remind me.
You mean, are we talking about the big three at the moment?
Yes.
Oh, the big three.
No, I'm just... shut the fuck... Never mind.
Kaiser?
Winston Steele, Kaiser Emidio, or Emidio, I heard it pronounced two ways, though I'm not sure, and Grave Mortis. That prick.
This guy kind of kicks back and leans back a little bit, hands clasped behind his head. Who the fuck just walks into a store and asks about intel on three of the baddest motherfuckers that run around outside the city killing people for sneezing wrong?
We're tourists.
They might be tourists, but we're here for business.
What, you like chasing a bounty?
Of some importance, yes. Vengeance, bounty, revenge, you name it. We got a little bit of everything now. That's how we play. We play little fast and loose with everything. Besides, Hades would never make me have to dance around like this. Come on now. He would take me into the back. He would show me exploding knives and fun shit like that. Come on.
Exploding knives?
Oh, he's fantastic for it. It's called the Ronin knife. You throw it, it explodes. It's got C4 in the handle. It's fantastic. You got any of those around here? What is your name, anyways? If I.
All right.
I'm Sam, by the way. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. Let's keep it casual. Hades would come in and be like, "Darling, hello, how are you?" And I would be all like, "Oh my goodness, hello, hi.
I baked you a banana bread. Don't be vegan.
It's vegan.
Wow.
Who knows?"
All right. We can figure something out here. I'm Vince. Those aren't names you want to be throwing around out there, okay?
That's
I'm
why
just
we
saying.
went through 3 doors before we said anything.
Two. There was 2 doors. Did
Right,
someone put another door outside my shop?
The third door was your heart.
yeah.
It was just leaning there.
Heart door.
Yeah.
We're casual.
Yeah.
All right. Look. Okay. All bluster aside, like seriously. Those people are legitimately dangerous. Do not be throwing their names around outside where people can hear you. They will either think you are working for them they'll just think you are working for them and will probably want to kill you because they work for one of the other ones. Like, that's a thing. You obviously aren't from around here, so, like, be cool, right?
Bit of information for you is that we feel like they're all working together these days.
Yeah.
Ever heard about any of that?
Who do you work for?
She said already, Hades.
I was just checking. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sam turns around. Hades is a friend of Eve and Katassi's, the Outlaws, Angel City Outlaws. They're friends of mine. That's how all this is connected. I just want to level set.
I just wanted to check and make sure. You know, if he's giving us info.
But exploding tamales? Part Hades. Yep. And she's gonna shake her head like, yeah.
Yeah, we experimented with those. They just didn't hold up right.
You gotta throw them at the windshield. At the windshield.
Yeah, the live feeds really beg to differ on that. Maybe it's just a skill issue.
Those were so messy. Like, we couldn't. We tried like some mass production lines, and it was tough. It was tough.
If I remember the lore, those were made with love and maybe not manufactured, and maybe that was the problem.
Probably, but I'm running a business and I'm trying to turn a profit.
Well, if you cut your MSG corners, you're not going to get any profit. I heard that. I learned that about this city. Learning stuff.
MSG is money.
Well, I guess I could start a restaurant as well, but it's tough.
Yeah, you don't want to own a restaurant, man. That's
That's terrible.
That's going to hemorrhage you, man.
Yeah, most restaurants close so fast when you open them. Yeah.
So fucking fast.
And
The
you're
overhead's
never off.
insane.
One thing on that, yeah.
No.
Always on call.
Taking it home with you.
I mean, it's bad enough that I'm here all the time. People selling guns and intel to all these random people that walk through my door and drop some names about who they know, and I feel guilty, and I gotta let them in, and then have these dumb conversations. It just takes up all my time.
There's a third door against your door. I mean, it's a tough thing.
I have to go look at that because I did not put that other door out there. Someone's.
I think someone just leaned it there.
That's
It
no
says
good.
don't come in.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, regarding the
Anyway.
information, regarding the Holy Three, as it were, the information we have is pretty close to the chest. But
So, are you trying to figure out what these guys are doing? Are you trying to hunt for them? Are you trying to track them down?
yeah,
Say hi. Face to face hi.
Well, gun to face high, but yes.
Huh.
Face behind the guns.
All right. I
we
mean,
think We think they're playing on the same playground, so I figure we could get it all in one shot.
Well, I'll tell you this one for free. I am aware of a collaboration, but there's not a lot of interaction. They are all incredibly paranoid of each other. None of them trust each other, but they are willing to work together to achieve similar goals. So I don't think you're gonna catch them all at dinner together if that's what you're hoping for.
No Godfather 3? No.
Really, we were hoping for that. It would just be make it nice and clean, easy, in, out, you know?
I prefer Godfather 7 personally, but yeah.
Is there any info on what those common goals are?
I mean, the short version is just running stuff.
I mean, they've got enough resources amongst all of them. And they clearly wanted to get the DJs out of their hair. So, that's a free one for you. If you didn't know.
You might make a little note of that. Yeah, I mean, all of them have little territories and typical areas of operation outside the cities. What I've heard from people passing through, what I've picked up here and there, is that the three of them are trying to collaborate, trying to join forces, trying to just hold more territory than any could individually. You know, take over, eventually try to rival a Plex, but that's lofty thinking. They're never that big. But I mean, that's out there, so what do I care?
Oh, I mean, with the resources they've got, the communication they're starting to use, and the movements they're trying to make, it might be a bigger problem than you think. So, if you find anything, that'd be great. If not, totally cool. But we're just looking to see where they intersect, where they're chilling, where their hot spots are, where their safe houses are. Do you know anything about that? I'm willing to pay.
Well, like I said, they don't, from what I've heard, they don't travel together. They don't hang out in the same spot. They're all too worried about each other backstabbing each other and taking over shit and blah, 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 right? They're willing to work together. They just don't want to actually be together because they're just going to kill each other. That being said, they do all make runs through this city. They do some importing and exporting, I guess the kids might call it these days. And while I do not operate with them because I run a slightly more elevated type of business, there are some people that they tend to move most of their operations through. A couple fixers that tend to be their go-to. So if you wanted to try and get some more intel, that might be where you want to start.
You know, where a name or location, what fixers tend to kind of look like here? I mean, I assume it's different. I'm sorry, what'd you say, B?
Any secret handshakes?
Passwords.
Well, now we are getting towards territory of purchasing information.
That's fine. We do have to know where they are. We do have to know where to find who we're looking for, right? So what's that going to cost you? I got some cool pictures of a totally top secret, maybe not completely run over by secret experiments. I could just throw to you.
I thought you were going to offer a very different type of picture there for about 2.3 seconds. And it might have worked.
Mox apparently has some pictures that might be of interest.
I have some other pictures I could potentially offer you. How do you feel about kimonos?
And full frontal male nudity.
Definitely not my preference. I'll tell you that much.
Then I have ideas.
What about the zombie place? Little pickaroony of the fucking failed experiments.
It does
That could be
have
fun.
some tech. There's a lot of tech there still.
I mean, that feels like weird stories
How
about things.
much would you require to simply be?
Yeah, I guess I can just.
How about we just open with what you want?
You deserve payment.
I mean, if we're just talking money here, we can just start with like 10,000.
What about if we just buy some stuff off you in exchange?
All right, we could maybe make some purchases. Sure.
And we just, we have some casual conversation while we're purchasing. B, I want to show you Ronin knives. You are going to love this.
I want to see the Ronin knives, please.
All right, so y'all can do a little bit of shopping, a little bit of chit chatting. Drall, can you give me a check for negotiation?
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Oh! Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
You're looking for persuasion.
Persuasion, sorry.
Okay, cool. That's okay. That's kind of what I thought, but I didn't want to make an assumption. Okay.
You have a 5.
Yep, I do. 22.
All right. So you are chit-chatting. You are trying to talk to Vince. Everyone is kind of perusing some of the weapons, some of the armor. There's some stairs going down to find a little shooting range and testing gallery if you want to try some stuff. So you all spend a little bit of time here. And Drall, as you are chatting Vince up and the two of you start talking, he, after a little while, he says, okay, look, so end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. Seems pretty dangerous, but whatever.
Pretty dumb.
Maybe what we can do here is y'all can head over, drop something off for me, and we can call it square.
Ooh, a little delivery. Okay.
Yeah, there is a there's a bar downtown, and they ordered some stuff from my back room, and normally I'd have to hire and pay for some muscle and some transport to get over there, but you and your little crew seem to be pretty feisty. So if you're willing to run that across town for me and take on whatever risks might be associated with that type of delivery job, perhaps when you show up there, some other individuals will be there that may be of interest to you.
Perhaps, maybe, might.
I mean, it's not like I can just give you their address and say go talk to them.
I mean, well, mate, well, could you?
Why?
Well, I don't know it.
Listen, Vince.
Fuck.
I appreciate this. I really do. But while we're feisty, I do want to keep these kids safe, Mostly me. So, what are we going to be walking into? I mean, the answer is yes, but what are we going to be walking into?
I mean, it is a bar.
I just meant, like, what level of danger are we looking for in terms of, I don't know, what are they going to be carrying on them,
I mean, I don't know exactly what they're backing. I don't know what their bodyguards have nowadays, but lots of cyber, lots of built-in weapons.
Cool.
The bar itself is pretty cool.
Okay.
But then, sometimes things happen in the pits underneath the bar.
See, that's what I'm looking for. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we shouldn't have a problem dropping some shit off, right? We gotta go there anyway.
He said the underground. That's what we need to be. I'm willing to play messenger for just a little bit. How about that? But also 5 Ronin knives for the lady here.
Yes, please.
By the way,
All right.
don't click the button until you're ready to use it. Learn that one the hard way.
I'm assuming these are throwing knives since, they explode.
Well, they also could be stab, click, and run knives, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, they're multifunctional. They're fantastic. But you could throw them, too. That is a,
So Vince takes you to another part of the shop, and there are a few different boxes on like a little hover dolly kind of thing. And these are pretty big boxes, 5 or 6 of them. And he says, now normally I would hire someone with a vehicle to transport this stuff across town. I feel like y'all probably walked over here from wherever you came in, so I guess I could let you borrow my truck for this.
It'd probably be better than drawing attention to what we wrote here.
As long as you're willing to take on the risk, like I said.
It's your truck.
Me shipping stuff across town, people are going to see where it came from. They're going to guess what's in the boxes. You're probably going to have some people trying to slow you down, interfere, as long as you're up for it.
Man, I wish we had a truckload of tamales and we could just distract them with tamales.
Would you like a new paint job? We could always just paint over your logo.
Totally not what you think it is. Perfect.
Fuck Off Incorporated.
Yeah.
Corporation.
Oh! Did you get a tax break?
I don't. That's a whole nother discussion and part of the business model. Way too complicated.
Yeah, no. I should have asked. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, just take your shit and deliver it where it's got to go,
All right. Yeah. Here's the keys. Here's the loading door over that way. And he gives you like a passcode on your Glow to get into the truck, and it comes with an upload of a map and directions of where to go.
Sweet. Okay. I guess we'll get the truck back to you when we can.
Sure.
And she tosses the keys to Mox. Oh, B. Tosses them at B. Tosses them. Pretends to toss to Mox and then chucks them at B.
Hold on.
You got me.
Mox, what do you have in driving?
I mean, I don't really have a driving score in reality. But
Per se?
if I did, it would be a 3.
Okay. I mean, you can choose between. I have a 5.
No.
So.
Yeah. I think we go with the 5.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like this whole line of questioning was just to rub it in Mox's face even more that he didn't get tossed the keys. We ended in the exact same spot that we began this inquiry, just to remind Mox, fuck off.
Mox, we need you to be able to help keep all of the possible attackers off.
Don't patronize me.
Babe. Hey, I think I saw a couple scooters on the way here. If that'll make you happier. I tucked up.
I mean, that does actually sound kind of fun. Yeah. They have like is Lime scooter still a thing?
Yeah. Oh, well, GM. Is Lime still a thing here, or is it lemon?
Is it lemon
Benevolent scooters.
Grapefruit.
Tangerine, Tang.
I feel like it absolutely is still a thing, but I think we have moved from a branding standpoint away from fruit and it's probably
Scoot X.
Nope.
And
It's a croissant. It's a croissant. The logo is a croissant.
It's a bread-based item.
Croissant
We love that.
Scooteth.
Yeah.
I will sadly put away my suggestion of Lemon into the closet.
As Dog and Mox try to find some croissant scooters, Mox is going
flaky
to
kind.
say to Dog,
You ever met those people who say it really pretentiously? Like, croissant Scooteth? Like, fuck those people, right?
What? There ain't no W. Why would they do
I don't fucking know. Croissant.
Quiescent? Have my quiescent winch. Ain't no R's around here. Phoenix, Arizona.
I mean, that does make more sense. Phoenix doesn't have the same ring to it, though.
We're getting off track. Don't give them no credit.
All right, where are those croissants?
All right. So the delivery truck Vince gave you or let you borrow is like a little box truck.
For the record, that truck's never coming back, by the way.
I don't think so. I'll return it at earliest convenience.
Unless it's got auto drive on that shit, that thing's never coming back.
There is barely enough room in the back for the crates that he has asked you to deliver. But you're able to load them in pretty easily. They are very dense, very heavy.
So let me get this straight. We're going to go across town in a convoy of a box truck and 2 lemon scooters.
Hey, we're undercover.
Croissant.
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 There are 2 little butter pats on some croissants.
That is apparently where we have ended up tonight.
Just checking. It's literally the Millennium Falcon and 2 X-Wings, like, escorting it. Yeah, ring, ring.
Yes, that is what we are doing. Okay. So the who is driving the truck? That is B.
Yes.
All right. So crammed into the front seat is B, Sam, and Drall with Dog and Mox outside on 2 little scooters.
Having a wonderful time.
just like holding hands as they're riding on the scooters.
There's a montage here.
Kimono flapping in the breeze. See just little peaks as it rides into the sunset, just silhouetted.
Are you both wearing
perfectly.
kimonos with no belts this time?
Oh, no, those are...
Oh, shit.
Just
Is my
checking.
kimono flying open?
I don't know. Is it packed up for the journey? Or
No, I'm wearing it.
Okay,
It's
then it
always
might be.
wearing
Well, the question bears repeating.
Do you wear something under it?
Packed up?
He's wearing pants.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, cheeky.
So Kimono
Listen.
is flapping in the wind.
Yeah. Sleeping and at home is when there's no pants. Now, whenever you make a phone call and say it's urgent to come down to the Windy Bagel, then there ain't no pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our fault. To be fair,
I'm just saying, flapping in the plains winds.
the name of the biography.
The location that was given to you is, as Vince said, a bar. It is called the Kingslayer. It is across town, but still out in the fringe. You are able to start making your way there. As we head off, I would like a perception check from Dog and Mox.
Dirty, filthy 20.
Oof.
That'll be a 10 for Dog. He's caught up in the moment.
Yeah, Dog is enjoying the moment. Little overwhelmed from being back in the vicinity of a metroplex after everything that you have gone through in your life. fighting off some of the hesitation and reluctance to be doing this when you made such an effort and put so many resources into never doing it again. Kind of wrestling with the mindset of why you are doing it now, and that it is for hopefully a good reason, even though you are fully cognizant of the danger. And as you are riding through this fringe, you kind of feel that hyper awareness that you developed when you lived in a plex sink back in, and the stress and anxiety that comes with that. Your eyes are darting to every corner, every street post where there is a camera, wondering who's watching you, who's bought that feed, who sold it again. You're seeing people who are walking by, and you're wondering if they're recording you, if they're watching you, if they were sent, if they are a plant, if it is an actual person instead of a drone or a hologram, or your mind is just reeling at this point.
Do we need to make like a check for paranoia and psychosis, a further charisma penalty?
Right now, I think you are doing your best to struggle along. If anything bad happens, absolutely, we might go that way because it might just tip you over the edge. But for right now, you're just kind of teetering on the brink here. Because, you try to figure out what's going on. You're worried for a little bit. And then, you hear the other scooter. You see Mox next to you. Kind of grounds you a little bit. Mox, as you are driving, it has been, I think, much longer than Dog for Mox being out of a plex. And in that time he has been out of the plex, I think he has been through enough situations that it's not like he's taking it in stride, but he's not letting it bother him the same way. Like, it is a much more of a fresh wound for Dog. Mox is just, oh God, here we go again, kind of dealing with it, taking it in stride kind of thing. That being said, you are still catching some of these same glimpses. You are seeing the cameras, you are seeing the screens, you are seeing the oppression of the plex and the corporations. Given everything Mox has learned, everything he has tried to do, I think he might be a little bit more calculating about it, though, instead of just dealing with like that overwhelming oppression. I think he is always thinking of where's the angle here. If something does happen, what's my step to protect myself, to protect Dog? Like, that's where his mind is going with all of this. As you are driving, as you are thinking these types of things, you also notice that there are a lot of art on the walls, a lot of graffiti, a lot of symbology here in the fringe. Some of the stuff that you are seeing seems to be maybe communication, maybe territory marking, maybe some unknown symbology that is native to this part of the city that you might want to try to puzzle over later. Two things catch your eye, though, as you are driving. One of them, you see a very often repeated image. In some cases, you see it as graffiti. In some cases, you see like a drawing scrawled on the ground. Once or twice, you see like the same image displayed on a screen for a brief moment as you're driving past, like, a bank of advertisement or a store or something. And it is an empty square, a very bright white square, black middle, and there's almost like an old-fashioned DOS cursor at the bottom right, just blinking. And you see this over and over and over. The second thing that catches your eye is very quick, very small, very subtle. As you drive past a shop that seems to be closed and abandoned, but you just catch it out of your corner of your eye as you drive by. You see a little card stuck in the corner of a window, and it has a very stylized cat head on it.
There it is.
But you keep driving by. Kind of one of those, you saw it, didn't consider it, and then it's suddenly like, oh my God, what did I just see? But you've driven past it already kind of moments. You get to a large intersection. There are other vehicles on the road. This is very much the type of think of in the movies when the main character shows up in a small town and there's no right of way. There's just cars and mopeds and vehicles moving every which way kind of direction. Very much chaos in the streets as you are driving. But you get to kind of a bigger intersection, and there's a semblance of traffic. But again, it's getting louder and busier and more chaotic as you drive into it. There are a couple big, not semi-trucks, but bigger, louder delivery trucks driving ahead of you. There's people moving all around. You're hearing the noise of just kind of chaos all around you. One of the trucks ahead of you hits the brakes and swerves a little bit, and you hear people shouting. And you kind of can't see exactly ahead of you right now. But then the other truck ahead of you also comes to an abrupt stop. And then your danger sense, your peripheral situational awareness kicks in, and you realize that there's another truck a little ways behind you that is coming up and also stopping abruptly, and you suddenly realize you're boxed in.
What, guys? What do I do? Should I just use a truck as a battering ram?
And as you are having this conversation and trying to figure out what to do, the two trucks in front of you, the back doors swing open, and 6 individuals jump out of the back of each one, and you see them taking up an attack stance formation, drawing down on you with a variety of weaponry.
Guys, if I just hit them with the truck, they can't really do anything, right?
Can they borrow one of those knives?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, we might need that.
You go.
Aim for the tire. Ram. Go.
I feel like someone needs to make an attack roll
Oh, no!
with this type of plan being discussed here.
Is that the plan?
Oh, I don't know. I was talking on my ass.
One of the individuals raises their rifle into the air, rattles off a couple shots, and you hear them shouting to stop the vehicle and get out.
Oh, no, he did not just do that. Okay, hold on 1 second. Out of character. Where are Dog and Mox in this scenario here?
We're, I would imagine, boxed in pretty much right behind you because we were going, following behind the truck, just,
Sure.
And unfortunately, that means most of my heavy equipment is in the truck.
That's one of the things I was checking. 2 means I can't make any crazy maneuvers in order to get out, because that would include reversing right into your asses.
Well, I mean, we don't have to be right behind you.
They're pretty zippy. They're on mopeds. They can.
Yeah.
We can see what.
You ever seen one of these croissants? Man, these things have a hell of a turning radius.
Yeah,
there's a little extra wheel that pops out and just boop, you can spin on it.
That's why they're croissants. Got it. Well, I ain't getting out of this fucking vehicle.
What?
How's it going, fellas?
The dog's gonna panic and start speaking fake Russian. Paraske, Iron, Euroshop. No, what?
There are a couple of the individuals like look at each other confused. 3 of them train their guns specifically on you. Again, the individual who fired in the air and shouted again yells louder this time, "Out of the truck now," or
what?
Who the fuck are you?
What truck? Scooter. Man.
all right. So
Is this the way to Chase Field?
they are they're going to take some shots at the people on the mopeds.
No!
No, hold on. Can I just?
Whoa, we are very much outside of the truck.
Can I? When I see them raise their guns, can I just like fucking floor it right into the people who have their guns up?
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Yep.
I'm going to have you make a drive check versus their initiative. And we're going to see what happens first.
And that'll be where we pick up next time.
I want to know the results first.
Yep.
Not truck, scooter. Not truck.
Croissant!
Lay it on me. A what?
A 17.
Oh, all right. So, B, you are in the driver's seat. You spent a lot of time with Galen in the Winnebago. You picked up some tricks. You are very confident. You see an order being given, and something in your head tells you that this is about to go down. You hit the gas. You immediately lurch forward. The truck catches these antagonists unaware. You slam into them, pushing them forward back towards the trucks they got out of, kind of smashing them into where they came from. The ones on the fringes scatter as soon as they see this happen. You have now not run them over, but kind of pushed them forward with the grill of the truck. So about half of them are now smushed between you and the trucks they came out of. The rest are scattered to the sides. I feel like this has to be an initiative check now.
While we check initiative, I'm going to be yelling out of the truck window.
And there's my nat 20.
Oh, fuck yes.
All right, hold
I'm
on.
going to be yelling out the window. If any of you other motherfuckers move, this truck's going to keep going, and these rib cages are breaking.
All right.
Okay, 12.
Mox, you had a
Nat 20.
plus.
That is going 22 total.
Nice. Drall, what you got?
10.
Dog?
A 4. Dog is still yelling, not truck, scooter, and being outraged.
Sam?
12.
Nice. Okay.
I was looking up gifts to run people over to drop in the chat.
Okay. So, Mox, you are first to go. You are still outside of the scooter. You are still outside of this event. You are straddling your scooter. You saw what B did. There are 3 of these guards kind of sprawled on the ground, mid/post lunge to the side of the truck in front of you. You hear a noise behind you. The truck that had screeched to a halt and pinned you in is lurching on its wheels as a small, squat rover is clambering out of the back and eyeing you specifically. Well, you and the group. Like, you're right in front of it is what I'm saying. But we will pick up next time what happens.
Woo! Throwing that bitch in reverse.
Forward.
Absolutely. Million point K turn. Don't care. It'll be like
All
Austin
right.
Powers in that tunnel.
Only hopefully more effective. So that is where we will end episode 8. Thank you all in the chat for being here. Thank you, future audiences on the YouTubes and the podcasts. It is time for So Longs. Let us hear from our lovely cast about who they are and where they can be found and what they might be doing, starting with Mallo.
You can find me everywhere at the Mallo Man, where we talk a lot about just fucking doing it and getting out there and doing your thing, even in these troubling times. Trying to do your best and trying to help your community. So look at us there. And like I said, come visit us at Emerald City Comic Con. I know I'll be talking to you about it a lot between now and then, but we don't have a lot of time. It's within a month. So if you don't have tickets, go get some tickets. And we hope to see you out here in Seattle. Very snowy Seattle right now. But won't be by the time ECC comes around.
Wonderful. And Wild.
You can find me at the IDENTECO booth at Emerald City Comic Con. Come here. Come see me. I want to see your face. I'll give you a hug, maybe, if you want. Or a fist bump. I don't know. Or a smile. I could even see about a sticker. We'll see. Just come see me. And, honestly, waking up every day is a triumph. Making sure that you speak to the ones that you love is important. And rest is radical just as much as standing up for another person or yourself.
Pete?
Hey, so I'll see you all at Comic-Con in a month. Yeah. And we can talk about just fucking doing it. But until then, if you want to just talk about just fucking doing it, you can find me at the Mallo Man or at the Thousand Faces Cosplay or at the Go Buff Yourself podcast or at 95% Lauren. Yeah, there's a lot of places. I talk about doing it.
You are everywhere.
I'm everywhere, and I'm always talking about doing it.
Media conglomerate.
Media conglomerate. There you go. Thank you.
Lauren.
Here, angry, loud. Forever disassociating and practicing escapism. So maybe a little bit of radical self-love sprinkled in there. You can find me with my friends because that's the only place I want to be right now. I am also on Thousand Faces Cosplay, being passive-aggressive and occasionally posting cosplay. And on 95% Lauren, throwing ass and also being passive-aggressive and trying to stomp out misinformation. Just keeping it real. And I'm also on Twitch. Just hanging out. Games. TTRPGs. Water. Oh. See you later.
Okay. And Ethan.
Lauren is being passive-aggressive, and I'm just being aggressive. You can find me as the other half of Thousand Faces Cosplay as the Forever DM on our Twitch and YouTube, Thousand Faces TTRPG, and you can listen to our games on Dogs, Pete's podcast, Go Buff Yourself. You can listen to all of our past stuff there. And Mallo actually just threw together the first draft of a very cool intro video for a very dark and high-level D&D mini-campaign that's going to be coming to the stream soon. So
prepare your
keep
loins.
your eyes open for that.
It's hot.
It's real good. It's real good, y'all.
Stand I crouch in anticipation.
And I am on your socials at the Caleb G. You can find me right here for all things Identico, here and there with Farm to Fable, and taking up a lot of space in the archives of the RPG Academy. Speaking of that, speaking of conventions, barring the collapse of society, Acadicon 2025, November 7th to 9th, Dayton, Ohio. more information as I am able to obtain it and pass it along. That is it for today. We will see you in the cyber future for another cyber game. Good night. We love you. Take your meds, eat a snack, drink your water, touch some grass, take care of yourself. Stay safe, connect with your friends, protect your peace. Remember that no one is free while others are oppressed. And we will see you next time.
Wow.
Neon Trails is Lauren playing Drall, Pete playing Dog, Ethan playing Mox, Wild playing B, me, Mallo, playing Samantha, and the Caleb G is our game runner. You can learn more about the game we play on this podcast by going to www.playidenteco.com. And you can join us live for new episodes every other Tuesday starting at 6 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/Identico. And finally, you can watch along with past episodes and see how to play videos on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Identico. And don't forget to follow us on the socials at Identico on Twitter and at Humanoid Games on Instagram and Threads. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next one.